You are watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftacademy.com. www.netsoftacademy.com.
Welcome back to AZ-104 series. Today we are learning how to monitor resources in Azure using Azure Monitor. And also we will see how to establish alert rules. So let's get started. All right, so now let's talk about monitoring. Well, Azure have a service called Monitor. And this Monitor service or a dashboard offers you all the sub-services which can help you to monitor metrics or logs of your environment or your infrastructure. You can also use Azure Monitor to monitor your environment on AWS, Azure, of course Azure, GCP, or even on-prem. But for that, you may have to create connectors and make line of sight possible. But let's focus on the main objective of Monitor, especially for 104 level. So here you get two main objectives. That is monitoring the matrix, that is the sensory data or data coming from multiple sensors of your system. This can include your CPU percentage, memory available, hard drive speed, the temperature, how much memory is available, how much bandwidth you have, what is your network speed, and all that. And the other objective is to see the logs. Logs are just historical data. Plus, over here you can also create alerts. So let's say if your machine is being utilized a lot, it's at 100%. That means the machine cannot take it anymore. So it will trigger an alert. And according to the alert, you can fix or troubleshoot the environment to bring it back to normal operative or operation limits. So if you go to monitoring, over here you create alerts. Right now there are 0 alerts because we have not even created any. So nothing got triggered. Over here you see all the activity logs. Now, this will tell you everything, like who tried to create what resource, was it successful or was it actually failed, whatever you want. And then on top you can also filter it. So last 6 hours, last 24 hours, last month, for my subscription or for someone else's subscription, you can even add more filters. Then you have alerts, we will create one. Then you have matrix. This is where you can check the data coming out of various sensors of the system. So let's say I'm in my subscription demo and I want to check this VM. I will click it, click apply. Now, what do you want to check? What metric you want to check? CPU percentage, let's say. Yeah, here you go. So it will show you your CPU percentage. It is not that much because my machine is just sitting idle there. And I recently created this machine. So even if you say, I want to see the last 6 hours, you cannot. Let's try. Let's say time range last 24 hours. It is already last 24 hours. See? How about last 30 minutes? Yeah, then you can actually look into it. And when you see this dash marks, last 12 hours, these dash marks, basically this means that right from this point to this point, the agent was not responding. From here it is responding. What if you want to see memory? Available memory percentage. Yeah, why not? You can see that as well. And then again, last 30 minutes. Okay, and then there are so many more data parameters you can look. Network, inbound flow. How about disk write bytes? Or disk temperature? I mean, I'm not getting any data from here. So it also depends like what data you want. Now, what if you want multiple graphs here? Yeah, you can do that. CPU. Once you're happy with this one, then you can add more metric.
Let's say I want memory percentage as well on the same graph, and then you can download this or change the pattern. You want area chart, you want bar, you want scattered pattern, or maybe grid, where you just see the result. And then you can save it to a dashboard or create new alert rule if you want. Okay. Now, you can also create multiple charts. So let's say this is for one machine, VM, apply, and I want to see CPU, percentage, done, as well as I want to add one more, that is memory, let's say, done. And I want to see the last 30 minutes only. Okay, good. Now, instead of adding new metric, I will add new chart here. Now I want to scan not this, not the VM. Let's scan something else. How about I want to check public IP? Apply. Now, what do you want to check? Data path availability, byte counts. Let's do byte counts. Or what else will show us some good output? Basically, these are all related to public IP. Perfect. Or packet counts you can do. This way you can add multiple charts and have a proper dashboard. And then you can also save it or share this dashboard with someone else. Right? You can clone it, you can delete it, so you can manage it. Now you have logs. This is where you can run your log queries on specific resource to get the information out. Okay, then change analysis. You can check every little detail, like who created what. So you can check the whole sequence, like how many resources were created at what time, and you can analyze their changes. Now, here it's a shortcut to insight for application virtual machine, so you get the insight to all the services. So I do have a storage account as well. We can also check that out. So right now, as you can see, my transaction timeline is this. Transactions happened this many. Latency is pretty good. So this is my storage account. Availability is 100%. Everything is good. Latency is pretty nice. This many transactions happened because of the demo, and all the details an expert might need. This is actually linked to my storage account. Similarly, you can go back and check the insight of, let's say, virtual machine. But for that, you may need to enable it. So you go configure, and you need to enable the insight on this machine. Then you can check the insight on the networks. I don't have many networks, so whatever I have, you can just check that. And looks healthy, by the way. All good. So that is monitoring. So make sure you create some resources and check out your metrics and logs and activity logs, basically. Now we'll move to alert. Now this machine is pretty relaxed. So let's create an alert. I will go and click on create alert rule. Select the resource on which I want to put this alert, my VM. Apply. Now you set a condition. There are so many signal sensors. Like there are so many parameters which can give you data. I will select percentage CPU. Okay. Now I'm creating a threshold. So if my CPU is above 80%, all right, then set an alert. Make sure you check it for every minute and do the average of last 5 minutes so that you skip all these spikes, because your machine can go to 100% maybe for a split second. You don't want the alert for that. Okay. Now, click Next. What will be the action? By the way, you can set multiple conditions too. Actions. So what do you want Azure to do? Well, for actions, I will select Use Action Group to give you more control. Now here I will create an action group in my resource group. Call it Demo Action Group, AG. Now here I will select Push or Voice Notification. I want to get a call. I will call it my name, RSB, and then I will put my phone number here. Okay, I entered my phone number. It is now registered. You can create multiple notifications so that it goes to multiple users if something goes bad. Click Action. Now here you can also integrate your automation runbooks, Azure Function. You can integrate your ticketing system, that is your ITSM, and whatnot. Like there are so many actions you can take. Mostly these are for remediation or to kickstart a process of fixing the error. Next, next, create. So my action group is created. Click Next in my alert rule. Now give this alert a severity level. I will just say it's verbose, just information. Name is my rule. And create. And done. Now the rule is created. What I will do is I will run some benchmark on it to push the system beyond 80%. So let me download a benchmarking software. Okay, I will use this one. This is a free stress test software, free download. Now, this is not the top-notch benchmarking software out there, but it just does the job. Okay, let's open the file and install it. Okay, and then I will run the stress test on CPU. So this is CPU, hard drive, RAM. So I will remove the GPU, just CPU. This is your CPU load. Start. Now my processor is at 100%. See, at 100%. Now, after 5 minutes, I should get an alert. So imagine this is a scenario where you have a web server and you are sleeping at your home, and your web server is actually being used a lot and it is beyond the threshold. You should get a call immediately, not immediately, after the alert is triggered. So you will get this message.
The message is fired set for Azure Monitor alert Muriel on VM01.
All right, so again, nobody will call you personally. This is just a recorded message from Azure, but at least it is good enough. You will get calls again and again. It comes in interval if you don't fix it or if the threshold is not going down. Now, if you get this call, at least you will, sorry for that, I was just buying iPhone. Okay, at least you will go back to your monitor, then you will go to alerts, and here you go, a verbose alert is fired, and so do something about it. Now I will stop this benchmark, otherwise the alert will get fired again and again, and I will get call again and again at regular intervals. All right, so that was your alert, and you can select it, and then where's the app option here? Change user response and say, yeah, I acknowledged it, or you can say closed, fixed, save. So that will be the response of the person who will fix this environment. So that was your monitoring and your metric monitoring,
activity log monitoring, as well as creating alerts and getting the alerts as well. That's it, and I will see you in the next demo.
All right, so in this video, we covered what is matrix and logs in Azure Monitor. We also saw how to check the insight of VM performance, that is the CPU performance or memory utilization, and much more. Similarly, you can also monitor Azure storage and network performance with the help of tools like Network Watcher or Connection Monitor. We also saw what is alert and how to configure one. Well, in the next video, we will cover how to implement backup and recovery in Azure to protect your data or your environment. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.
Thank you for watching NetSoft IT Academy. 905-812-2923. info@netsoftacademy.com. www.netsoftacademy.com.